Hello and welcome back. It is almost the end of the world as you know it. The millennium is upon us. Do you feel it? It's 1999. Yes. This is the 25th anniversary of End of Days. If you thought Arnold Schwarzenegger could not participate in spooky season, you were wrong. You also haven't seen Maggie, but yeah, hopefully one day I'll get to see Maggie with audio description, and then we'll add that to the pile. So it's End of Days. This is the 25th anniversary. It was released in 1999. It was released, I believe, like the same weekend as Toy Story 2. The only reason I remember saying that is because I double featured them and I watched them back to back. So that's why I'm making that bold prediction, is I saw them like on the same day. End of Days and Toy Story 2. So weird double feature, I know. But when you like movies, you like them all. This is Arnold Schwarzenegger, Robin Tunney, Gabriel, Byrne, Kevin Pollack, CCH Pounder. They're all in this, and it's a Millennium Fever movie. You know, Y2K was coming, and we did not know. So we were going to make some movies about it, and we were going to talk about it, and we were going to theorize and discuss the possibilities of the end of days. You know, what happens when we become January 1st, 2000. Those were the dark ages. We did not know. The Y2K bug, we all assumed every computer would stop working and we'd have to go back to chiseling into stone and foraging for berries in the woods. Just apocalyptic nightmares everywhere. Of course, that was all sort of just like a weird fever dream thing. But through that, we got films like this, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger as Jericho, which I was like, I didn't know we could name our kids Jericho. Now I want to do that. So thank you. A boldly named child back in the day. He's a police officer now, and we also see the birth of this baby in 1979. So she turns out obviously 20 years old. That character is going to be Christine, played by Robin Tunney, and she plays a very important part here because she was designed from birth basically to be the bride of Satan, played by Gabriel Byrne. So that's where these characters all come into play. And it is Arnold's job to protect Robin Tunney from Gabriel Byrne having sex with her. Yes, that is the plot of this movie. Gabriel Byrne wants to have sex with Robin Tunney, but Arnold Schwarzenegger will not let it happen. It's a very interesting way of putting this movie. So yeah, he's I guess he's got these powers on Earth, and he has this little like Satanist army, and you don't really get much help from the other side either. Like, I was like, where are all of the priests with the holy water? You know, where are they at? Like, where are the priests with the holy water? Throwing it, the crosses, and no, it's just Arnold. Just Arnold's gonna do it. I think at one point in the audio description, my favorite part was that he was like ready and he had a grenade launcher, and I was like, oh my god, he has a grenade launcher? Those are hard to come by. How did he pick up a grenade launcher? I was like, from where? just casually had a grenade launcher on them. You know, like, what the fuck? Anyway, that was my favorite thing in the audio description, because I've seen this, but I didn't remember, like, every part of it. I remembered it looked like kind of like a dark and grimy movie, and it was just like, it had this vibe to it, and it was like, I don't know. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger's trying to do some horror movie, and you're like, this sort of works. It's definitely not Arnold's best, but I think when, to be fair to Arnold, because a lot of people give him shit for his acting, dude's got some classics. He does. I mean, he is the Terminator. So, I mean, he's got some films in there that are going to last, like, stand the test of time. He's got stand the test of time movies in at least 2 of the Terminator films. And I would argue True Lies. I think people will still be watching True Lies 50 years from now. I do. James Cameron directed the hell out of that. So, and it's really entertaining and fun. And I think people will still watch True Lies. So, if nothing else, I'm really pulling for Kindergarten Cop also, and like some other stuff like Twins, you know, for sure. Predator, yeah, he's got films. He doesn't need End of Days. End of Days was a paycheck. Will people? No, nobody. The 50th anniversary of End of Days. If we have streaming services in 25 years, I don't know if anybody will be able to watch it or what it'll be on or whatever. Anyway, so it's just Arnold Schwarzenegger keeping Robin Tunney around. Some of the audio description gets a little weird towards the end when it looks. He has to see, the thing is, the devil has to get to. He's on a time crunch. He has to get Robin Tunney before the millennium. I guess he has until midnight, basically. So Arnold just has to kind of keep her away from Satan until, you know, the clock strikes. And no, we didn't ask any important questions about like time zones or anything like that. You know, like, but in which time zone? The time zone they're in, I guess. You know, the movie is not that smart. Don't expect too much from this movie. Just sit back and be like, you know what? Arnold Schwarzenegger is in a horror movie, sort of, about the apocalypse and how it was going to happen at Y2K. So it's a film that doesn't really have any sort of relevance or anything. It's a film that, because of what it is and how it's shaped, it's really hard to say that this stands the test of time. I think only hardcore Arnold Schwarzenegger fans are still watching this. Like, people who are like, wow, you know, even the people who are like, whoa, 1999 was a great year of films. They're not like, and End of Days was there too. From a visual standpoint, from what I could see, the thing I remember the most was the albino from the movie, who's excellently audio described, by the way, in this film. He's like, even the narrator finds him to be profoundly albino, I should say. Like, he stands out. And then they give him this name, which is like Thomas Aquinas, and I'm like, isn't that already like an, you know, like a really like a biblical name? And you keep waiting for somebody to like explain that, but Arnold keeps walking around going, do you know a man named Thomas Aquinas? And you're like, I don't know, didn't we have search engines in 1999? I know in 1999 we did. It was a rhetorical question, but it was 1999 were the weird days where you had different search engines and it wasn't just Google. So if you went back to 1999 and time traveled, this is the lesson for the children of the hour, and you said Google it, people would have looked at you and been like, what did you just say to me? Sir, I use Lycos. No, I prefer web crawler. I like Excite. Yeah, no, everybody had their own web browser that they used, and thus a different search engine. So Arnold could have popped onto any one of those hot, uh, you know, flash flash from the past search engines, and and done a quick search of Thomas Aquinas and probably come up with something. But alas, the opportunity was missed. Um, so his End of Days, it's got some spooky elements and it's got some attempted jump scares and stuff. So it qualifies. I mean, this is a movie about the devil. So yeah, I mean, if you want to watch an Arnold movie over Halloween and you're tired of watching Predator, this, yeah, you could use this as a spooky season movie. I'm using it as a spooky season movie. It is themed that way. Is it the scariest movie you'll ever see in your life? No. No. But it's got some people, it's got some imagery and stuff in there that's done really well. It's got some bringing back of the dead. The devil, like, basically his army can't be killed off because he just brings people back. He's like, you're useful to me. It just like revives the dead. So yeah, it's he makes it, it makes all these different little elements. It's things that you would see in other horror movies and you go, well, that's a horror movie. And well, they're all here. And for some reason, it just feels like a standard Arnold Schwarzenegger action movie where he's playing a cop trying to like protect a girl from an evil person. But then when you realize the evil person is Satan, and then there's all these other supernatural elements added into it, it becomes an effective horror movie, action horror. I guess we could say. So, come with me if you want to live. Ah. Um, yeah. Shortly after this, he runs for governor of California. By the way, hot take. Shortly after End of Days, he's like, "What should I do next? I'm going to be the governor." Governor. Um, I don't know how to grade this. To truth be told, I didn't really love this the first time, and this is only my second time watching it. So a lot of times I talk about it like as a blind film critic, you know, an older movie and like bringing back the imagery. And really, all I remembered was the albino dude. I know that that's terrible. I feel like a terrible person for saying that, but he is so. They use him. He sticks out like such a sore thumb intentionally. I think. And he has a couple scenes and lines and stuff. So he's not just like standing there in the corner like some like weird, like he's not an extra in this movie. Like he actually, anyway. But yeah, that's really the only image that I can actually remember. And it's a bit of a slog. It's over 2 hours. It does not need to be over 2 hours. Kevin Pollack is fun. I like that he's the partner here. So there's some things that I like. Arnold's always like fully committed to whatever dumbass idea anybody ever gives him. He's just like, "You want me to do what? Yes, I like it." So he's all in. And otherwise, I think like Gabriel Byrne is a weird choice to play the devil. He seems like he's sleepwalking through the role. Robin Tunney, coming hot off the craft, is just kind of a damsel in distress. She's just kind of wasted. But End of Days, not great. Not one of Arnold's great movies. So yeah, I'm gonna give End of Days a C minus. It's a hodgepodge of ideas and it isn't aging well. 25 years later, it's really hard to be scared of the millennium. So, oh no, Y2K is coming. But I also don't think I would have given it much more than that grade after my first viewing, because I kind of remember not being all about this movie when it first came out and being like, well, that wasn't great. So anyway, but we're going to celebrate its 25th anniversary because out there for somebody, this is the jam. And I understand that and I respect that. If you like End of Days, I'm here for you. I get that. Celebrate its 25th anniversary. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I will see you guys Only the sad.